Start recording. So thank you for joining us here in the video. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you, Ivory, Lori, Maida, Shelley, and everyone who is already joining us on the replay as well. There are two things I want to share. Pay attention because it's a special gift for you. The first one, I will tell you very short the story, and then I will tell you how you can do this, the importance of this, and then how you can do this, okay? First, I've been training a client, a remote client, through the heart rate variability biofeedback system, something similar to the HeartMath system, but we created our own system here, ENSA Biofeedback, and it uses our novel protocol with auditory vagal stimulation. It's been useful, extremely useful for those people who are doing this training. In just 5 weekly trainings, generally they feel so much better, including people who are seriously depressed with anxiety attacks or even with burnout. It works extremely well. It's really powerful. However, in the last few days, I had a session with a client, and he has been facing serious depression, very, very, very seriously. So much so, he was thinking about taking terrible decisions with his own life. And I was asking myself, how can I help this person? I tried many techniques, and he said, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. And he has been doing, okay, practice mechanical breathing, and then with the route auditory vagal stimulation. And I asked him to follow the advice, the suggestions. When someone is so depressed, such as this case, they're not even able to follow some kind of instructions. For instance, you ask him to breathe at different rates and you give them homework. They don't do the homework. So what did I do in this case? Pay attention, because this is the key. I asked him to perform a vagal activation through vibration in the body. It is so simple. It takes less than 1 minute. I told him, place both hands on your chest, because when you place your hands on your chest, you activate the sense of safety, right? And then I asked him to take a deep breath, stand up, take a deep breath, and then exhale with the mantra, Om. Feeling the vibration. I didn't do the vibration. I asked him to do the vibration. That's the difference. Because when you ask someone to do something, especially in a terrible condition, they don't do that. So they need to produce their own self-healing tools. And when he did this, I asked him to do 5 times, to say out loud 5 times the mantra Om. And after he did that, he said, oh, now I feel better. It's not that he listened only, or that he only breathed slowly. I asked him to generate his own low pitch vibrations. Low pitch vibration, because when we use low pitch, I mean saying Om instead of Om, right? When you ask someone to generate low pitch vibrations, I mean vibrations of lower frequency, the body feels the vibration. The body feels. And it feels there in the activation of the vagus nerve, which connects the brain with different parts of the body, including the heart. And I asked him to do this 5 times. And for those here who are singers, I should ask you, how did you feel, or how did you used to feel when you were singing? Exactly. We all felt like, woohoo, right? This important thing. I'm not asking, oh, do you sing well? Or are you a good professional singer? No, who cares? The thing is that we all need to sing. We all need to sing. I remember before my son was born, I was singing him together with my wife the song, a very famous song in Salta, Argentina, where I was raised, and it says La samba del negro alegre. La samba del negro alegre, ¿quién me la quiere cantar? And when he was born, he was placed in the mother's chest. We placed him in the mother's chest, and Florencia, my wife, and I started to sing him. La samba del negro alegre, ¿quién me la quiere cantar? And at that moment, he stared directly into our eyes, like saying, ah, you have been disturbing me before I was born here. And I say, yes, here we are. So that's a thing. That's a thing. And some people will say, oh, you're laughing out loud too much or things like that. Yes, and that's on purpose because I allow myself to be. And the more I allow myself to be, the less I have to show others to put a mask or something else. No, this is who I am. And singing a song is part of who I am. And when you sing, you feel much more liberated. This is what this person did. My biofeedback client, he started to sing the mantra Om, right? So, reminder, every time you take a shower, start singing. When you start to sing your favorite song, especially when you take your shower, sing a song, and wash your hair, your parasympathetic branch is activated. And that's the moment where the insights come to you, the right ideas come to you. It's not coincidence that many people have many notions, many ideas when they are taking a bath or when they're taking a shower. It happens this to the philosopher. Eureka, he said, when he was taking a bath, right? Because they feel so much at ease that they can connect to the infinite and they can get the right insights. I hope this makes sense to all of you. And this is the first message. The second message I want to share with you um, is related to, um, well, I will be able to remember. But I just wanted to share that the vagus nerve activation or the vagal activation through vibrations is one of the ways to bring to activate the parasympathetic branch. This is what the main thing I wanted to share. The other thing I will remember along the way. So apologies if I told you formally too, but I think I will remember in the next few moments, in the next few minutes, if possible. Otherwise, I will write in a post, okay? And let's do the following. Write down here in the chat if there's something else you would like to embrace, or anything else related to your mission you would like to embrace. And according to that, we can tailor this practice according to your specific needs. Feel free to write in the chat, or if you want to just speak up, feel free to do that very shortly, and we're going to do that. Okay, let me check here. Find my voice again. Oh, thank you so very much for saying this. Thank you so very much. We're going to do something related to that. Don't worry for this. I appreciate your sharing this. I want to embrace the author in me. Wonderful, wonderful. So let me check on my skills as a Reiki master, no doubts. Wonderful. So let's do the following. Let's connect to your inner, your inner teacher. Yes, your inner guides, your inner guides. Let's connect to your inner guides. It could be an angel, it could be your ancestors, it could be your main power animal. What comes to you is totally fine, okay? And we're going to use these gifts here. If you have within your reach, bring an object, a stone or a feather or something symbolic that makes you feel already more connected to your outcome. If you're a Reiki teacher, maybe you have a manual with the symbols, with the chakra and all of that, or any other object that makes you feel more connected to your mission. Okay. And for those who want to go deeper, it's very important to close all cycles. Okay. If you want to embrace your new role as a Reiki teacher, for instance, it's very important to close the previous cycle of someone who has been postponing, right? Who has been postponing. And it's important to close the cycle and pay attention to this because this is very important. When we want to start a new role, we have to put an end to the previous role. Put an end to the role of the postponer, for instance, or the switcher, someone who starts one thing and then starts another thing and then another thing and so on. So it's important to close the cycle by writing the accomplishments that you had in this old cycle, the challenges that you faced, the lessons that you learned from those challenges. This is extremely important. Once you learn the lesson, you won't face those challenges again. And finally, express gratitude for the lessons and for the accomplishments. Okay? And if you do this, you can do this by your own, or it's even better to do in a one-on-one session with someone who is already qualified in this. I've been already helping many people in doing this, but anyway, you can take your own decision that feels best for you. But it's important that you take your own decision. Okay. Sometimes we're able to do that on our own. Other times we need the right help to move forward faster in this. So you can close your eyes and you can take a deep breath and exhale. Okay. And then you can take another deep breath. And breathe out. And start inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. That's it. Now you can place both of your hands on your chest And you can say out loud 5 times the mantra Om for vagal activation so that we can go deeper into this. Take a deep breath and say the mantra Om. Again, a deep breath. Again. Again. Once more. Feel the vibration in your body. Feel the parasympathetic branch, the rest and digest mode being activated. No one and nothing will stop you from this peaceful, unique sensation. And detect now the main challenge that you have been facing and that you want to overcome. Don't identify yourself with the challenge. Just detect which one it is. And then identify which could be the root causes of this challenge. And then review what you learned from this challenge. Review which lessons show up. Maybe it's time to practice self-care. Maybe it's time to set the right priorities. Maybe it's another lesson showing up for you. Belleza veo adentro de ti. Belleza veo atrás de ti. Belleza veo adentro de ti. Belleza veo en todos lados en ti. Belleza veo por siempre en ti. Belleza veo todos lados en ti. Belleza veo arriba, abajo de ti. Belleza veo a los costados de ti. Belleza veo adelante, atrás de ti. Belleza veo por siempre en ti. Wonderful. Now that you learned the main lessons from here, you can feel the connection to the source. Directly to your heart. You can visualize portals opening in your heart to the source of the divine creation. And you are now connecting to the source. And from here, you feel a wonderful presence that comes to you gently, slowly, peacefully. And you can feel its loving presence. And this being could be an angel, could be a power animal, or could be your inner guides. And they deliver an important message for you. And then finally you can feel that finally you learned the lessons, that you don't need to face these challenges anymore. And with the guidance of this wonderful being that came from the source, shows you the way. It shows you how easy, how simple it is now to take the next steps. It invites you to take a very simple step within the next 24 hours to embody your new version of yourself. Whether if it's writing a book, it could be writing the first paragraph. If it's about singing, it could be singing your favorite song once you finish this exercise. If it's about anything else, just allow yourself to take imperfect action, moving forward with joy, with grace, with happiness. No perfection is needed. Every child learns to walk imperfectly, and so you move forward with imperfection as well. And also with decision, determination, courage. And you feel the feeling of doing, of taking the next steps. You feel yourself taking that simple steps. You visualize yourself and you connect to that feeling. And you visualize the results, and your guides, your angels or power animals, they invite you to continue taking action over and over, because now it's time to rise and shine. And now, with your heart full of joy, grace, and gratitude, slowly you can open your eyes and take notes on your next best step you're going to take.